Hi guys, this is Yemi.
And I'm Tux.
Welcome back to Joyful Life Retirement. We're glad you're here. Today we're taking you on a journey of 3 cities in 3 different countries. You may know that we just wrapped up a long and epic 3.5-month trip through Southeast Asia. We hit 6 countries, and our goal is to bring you all of the details on the 6 countries to help you make your travel plans, either for full retirement or nomadic travel. So today we are going to begin by asking you what part of the globe you're watching from. Please, it doesn't matter when you're watching this. Can you just drop down in the comments what part of the globe you're watching from, what country, what city, and is your city or country a place we should have on our list of places to go? Welcome. We're going to jump right in. What country are we doing first?
Okay, first of all, we're going to Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, which is the capital.
Yes.
And we will look at the cost of living in Kuala Lumpur for an individual. Now, let me preface this by saying that your cost of living will vary depending on your lifestyle. So it might be more, it might be less, depending on what you're looking for. So to live in Kuala Lumpur, you are looking at roughly between 900 to 1500 or maybe 1600 per month for an individual living in Kuala Lumpur. And that will cover your rent, your utilities, groceries, etc. But here's the big breakdown real briefly. If you're living within the city, your rent will probably be somewhere between $800 to $900. And if you live outside the city, it will be much less, between
way
$300 to $600. Yeah,
way cheaper. And guys, you heard him correctly. Between $300 to $600. Those are real numbers. So the further away you go from the city, obviously, you find your costs will be lower.
Now, utilities and internet, you're probably looking at between $60 to $100, which is pretty good.
That's fantastic. I wish that's what we had in our home country.
Groceries, you're probably looking at about $1,500 to $250 a month, depending on what you're buying. If you're buying a lot of imported goods, you definitely will be paying more. But if you're buying local, you'll be paying less.
So basically, that range that he gave, if you still want to stay in that expat bubble of shopping and go only to the supermarkets and buy imported stuff, you're going to be on that end of that spectrum. But if you're willing to eat like the locals eat and you go to the local markets, and this is for all 3 countries and all 3 cities that we're talking to you about today, you will find your costs may actually be lower because we went to the markets. Our ranges are giving you room for lifestyle adjustments. I can tell you, we know people who come in under what our range is.
Mm-hmm. Now, dining out, just like your groceries, it depends on what you're eating.
Yes.
If you're eating local, if you're going to
night markets,
yes, you probably will spend less.
Yes.
But if you want 4-star, 5-star restaurants, you definitely will pay more. So you're looking at between $200 to $350 a month on that.
Yes.
Transportation.
Oh.
Kuala Lumpur has a very, very, very extensive transportation system. Very efficient. They have the train system, the MTL, is that what they call it?
Yes.
And they have buses. Mm-hmm. So you are looking at between 50 to 100 for transportation. Now, if those ones don't work for you, of course, there's always Grab, and there's always the motorcycle rental that is very, very prevalent in most of Southeast Asia.
Very popular. Honestly, folks, I will tell you, after spending weeks in Kuala Lumpur, anywhere you want to go, you can get there by train. Seriously. It's clean, it's modern, and it's well used. And the wonderful thing about their train system, it's always attached to a mall. Mm-hmm. So you can combine things, like you want to go eat or you want to go shopping, you can combine things. One quick note and tip about Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur specifically. You will think that if you went to the fancy malls that your meals will be more expensive, but we found in some cases to be actually cheaper than going to say like the Indian village in KL. So keep that in mind. So it doesn't follow that if you go to fancy malls, your meals will be more expensive. No.
Yes, and talking about fancy malls, they have a lot of American style shops. So
guys, it was wonderful.
So you might spend quite a little bit more at the mall, apart from, I mean, not from feeding, but from other stuff that you want to buy.
It was wonderful.
Yeah. Anyway, before we continue.
Yeah, so before we continue, we're going to ask you to please hit that like button for us. Okay, we know you like being here, so show us that. And if you subscribe, when you do subscribe, you help the channel grow so we can continue to bring you more of this fantastic videos. And please, sharing is caring. Share our videos. You know people who are thinking about traveling around the world. You know people who are thinking of retiring. You know people who are thinking of being nomads. Please share with them.
Okay. Before we go on to our next city, I would like to point out that at the end, we will name the pros and cons of living in each of these places that we talked about.
Yes.
So
stay
with us. Leave. Yes. So the next one is Jakarta, Indonesia.
Yes, we're going to Indonesia.
Indonesia is another very popular city, and it's
country.
Indonesia.
And I'm not the geography queen here.
Yeah. And I think things are pretty cheap there. It's a little bit cheaper than living in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Yes. And your rent, if you're living in the city, will probably range between 350 to, I don't know, 600.
Yes.
But if you live outside the city, you're looking at from, I don't know, $250 to about $400 for rent.
Did you hear him? Yes, you heard him correctly. $250 for rent to $450 away from the city.
Yeah, from the city.
That's real.
Yeah. Utilities and internet, you are probably looking at between $60 to $90. Not bad. Groceries, you're looking at about $120 to, I don't know, $180. Not bad either.
Again, if you insist on shopping at just exclusively at the supermarket aimed for expats, you're going to be on the high end of that. If you want to live like the local and mingle and see how your neighbors and friends are living, you need to go to all the local markets. And boy, do they have markets in Indonesia.
They do. They do. Eating out. If you're dining out regularly, you're probably looking at between $120 to $160, depending on where you go dine out. Now, it could be more if you go 5-star, or it could be less if you go with the locals.
Exactly.
Transportation. Indonesia is, they don't have a very good internal train system, but you always have Grab.
Yes.
And you can always rent a bike. So you're probably looking at between $50 to $80 there.
Yeah.
For a month.
And they have buses too.
So in total, you're probably looking at between $700-800 to $1,300 for an individual who's living alone in Jakarta.
Yeah, Jakarta, Indonesia. So where are we going next?
Oh, one of my favorites. DaNang. DaNang is in Vietnam.
Yes.
And we deliberately picked DaNang because it has a simpler lifestyle.
Yes.
So if the lifestyle you're looking for is a simpler lifestyle, you will love DaNang.
So DaNang is not the capital of the country like the other two that we just talked about. Kuala Lumpur or KL is the capital of Malaysia, and Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia. DaNang is not the capital of Vietnam.
No, so Ho Chi Minh is.
Ho Chi Minh is, or formerly Saigon. But it's laid back. It's a beach town, right?
But let's go to the cost of living first. Okay. Yeah, so cost of living in DaNang. If you want to live within the city, you're looking at between $300 to, I don't know, $450 tops. In the city. And if you live outside the city, then you probably can go for as low as $200 to $350.
Yes, US dollars.
Yes, that is better than a poke in the eye.
Now the figures that he's saying, obviously, if you want to be right on the beach, people, it's like that all over the world. it will be higher than this quotes that we've given you.
Yeah.
So if you just simply move three streets down
inland,
from
yeah.
inland, just 3 streets, you may still be able to see the water, but you have to walk 3 blocks to get to it. Your pricing will be what we're quoting for you per month. And you have a range of different things in all the countries. You can do just a room, or you can do a full apartment.
A full apartment, yes.
Yes.
So your utilities and internet, you're looking at between $50 and $80. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Your groceries will cost you about $100 to $180, depending on what you're buying. If you're buying imported, you pay more. Dining, if you're dining out, you're looking at between $150 and $250. It shouldn't cost more than that.
Yeah.
But then it also depends on where you're dining.
Where you go.
Transportation, that is one place you definitely want to rent a bike. It's either that or do a Grab. So you're probably looking at between $30 to maybe $60, depending on how much you go out and where you go and how you go. So keep that in mind. Grab will definitely cost you more money.
Yeah.
So totally. Yeah. So if you are a single person living in DaNang, you should be able to survive on between 700 to 1,000, 1,100, a month. And that's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all. And that's combining everything. That's not bad at all. Again, let's talk about how your choices will greatly affect these figures. I'll pick DaNang for a second, okay? You can choose to walk to the places that you can walk to,
walkable,
and save the money for Grab that way. Or you can take Grab. But what a lot of people that know that they're spending significant time in that place, they just rent a bike.
Rent a bike, yep.
Rent a bike. Yeah. If you're not afraid. Now, that would not be for me. Let me be honest. I'm sure there are other people like me out there. No, I would not be. I don't even care that somebody else is driving it. I'm terrified of it. Yeah, I am terrified of bikes. So if you're like me, then you walk. We walk to a lot of places, or you just combine when you're going on errands. Okay?
So, which of these places now speaks to you? Please put a comment down for us. Let us know.
Yes.
We would like to point out the differences in living in those places.
Yes.
Now, if you apparently DaNang is the cheapest of the 3.
Yes.
So if you are a traveler who is a budget traveler, you probably want to pick DaNang.
Yes.
It has fewer amenities though, and if you're a beach lover, that'll be your choice. Yes.
That'll be your choice.
Jakarta next. Jakarta can be a bit crowded. It is cheap, but it is a bit crowded, and the traffic can be, very chaotic.
Yeah,
so
it can be.
But if it works for you, fine. Otherwise, move a little bit inland and you should be fine.
And you will be fine.
Yeah. Kuala Lumpur is the most modern of the 3.
Yes.
It has very good, excellent train system, but it is also the most expensive of the 3.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And traffic can be a bear there too. Traffic can be a bear, and that's why the train system is so popular, because it moves massive amounts of people. So I guess you get to decide. We will say Malaysia has an outstanding mall culture. People just go to the mall to hang out. Families, single people, couples. So you decide, do you want the fancy looking malls? And boy, do they have fancy looking malls.
Yeah, if you like the bigger cities, Kuala Lumpur
will be a bet. So, make sure you hang around to watch the next video. We will catch you on the next video. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button for us.